For the Rebbe's wedding, there are two stories that we want to share with you. One, that the Rebbe's wedding was so much organized that you couldn't get into the hall unless you had a ticket, a printed ticket to enter the hall. And then you were designated a place, and there were special waiters for every table. I think one waiter for two tables. The one who merited to be the waiter for the head table was a chassid, the Shmuel Zalmanov, Zechlenu Livrocho. The Shmuel Zalmanov, the one who edited the Sefer Nigunei Chasidei Chabad, Nichayach Nigunei Chasidei Chabad, and he was also the chazan designated by the previous Rebbe on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. He was the waiter for the head table. And then he heard what was happening at the head table. He heard one of the main guests was the Meir Schapiro, the Rav of Lublin, the head of the Yeshivas Chacham of Lublin, the famous Meir Schapiro. And the Frierdiker Rebbe asked the Meir Schapiro, as al reden in lernen, he should speak in learning, so to speak. You can't really translate reden in lernen in English. It means discussing learning. But in Yiddish, you say reden in lernen, speaking in learning. And when the Rebbe asked, generally the Rebbe wasn't running to do that, because he didn't want to talk to whoever wants. However, the previous Rebbe asked, hear it. The Rebbe wants him to do it, so he spoke in learning with the Meir Schapiro. And of course, when the Rebbe spoke in learning, it was kol haTeira kulo. Everything was open for him. At the end, the Shmuel Zalmanov overheard that the Meir Schapiro said to the Frierdiker Rebbe, in his characteristic Polish Yiddish, he said to him, Lubavitcher Rebbe, Iyed geniemen anaidim agu en oilum. Lubavitcher Rebbe, you took a son-in-law, a world-class Goyen. That's what the Shmuel Zalmanov heard. One more guest, among many other guests, of Gdei Yisrael who were there, was a Goyen to the Menachem Zembo. The Menachem Zembo wrote the Sefer Teitzes Chaim, and he was known as one of the great Geonim of his time. And he very much wanted, again, to speak in learning with the Rebbe. So he made an appointment, and the Rebbe gave him an appointment for the next day or the day after, when the Rebbe was still in Warsaw, in the Rebbe's hotel room. He came specially, and he spoke in learning, so to quote unquote, with the Rebbe. When they finished, the Rebbe asked him, did you ever hear of a Yom Tov on the fifth candle of Hanukkah? And the Menachem Zembo answered, he never heard of a Yom Tov on the fifth candle of Hanukkah. And the Rebbe said that the fifth candle of Hanukkah can never be on a Friday night. And the reason of that with all the greatness of Shabbos, it does not have the power to elevate the fifth candle, and therefore it can never be on a Shabbos. However, Chanukah, because all of the great miracles that happened on Chanukah can elevate also the fifth candle. It's known, some say that Alter Rebbe, for the second time when he was released from jail, it was on the second candle, on the fifth candle. In our generation, we remember that when the Rebbe gave Chanukah Geld years ago, when he gave Chanukah Geld personally, the Rebbe did that on the fifth night of Chanukah.